Ooh! Did I really hit that sign? Oh, Tim, would you mind going to rescue my drone? Did I really just hit that sign? Oh, maiden flight. Not a good one, guys. But the rear left leg is not so fine. So completely snapped it off right there. You can see it. And it's pretty wasted. Flux here. You see the tip of the soldering iron nice and just good. Looks perfect. So, okay, I like the way that's flowing. Good. You see it flowing right there? Good. Now watch when I hit it with this. And this stuff becomes sandable. So you can sand it down. Okay? So guys, here I am back at my house, in my office, and man, horrible pilot error. I caused my Zino 2 some pretty good damage. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the parts, but I wanted to show you the damage. So, as you know, I personalized the Zino 2 with these two, but look what's going on with this guy. Pretty bad shape, right? Pretty sad shape. We'll move the focus down here so you guys can see this. So, the right legs are doing just fine. But the rear left leg is not so fine. So, completely snapped it off right there. You can see it. And it's pretty wasted. So one of the things that I'm going to have to do, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to have to do some soldering. And of course, I'm going to use some heat shrink tubing. And then I'm going to use a method to repair this. My helicopter service guy from the Marines showed me a couple tricks. So hang in there and I'll show you the tricks. Basically, it's just super glue and baking soda. So sodium bicarbonate will fix this rock solid. The only issue I'm going to have is this. Let me zoom back out. Point the camera down. The issues I'm going to have is trying to get this alignment just perfect. And during the crash, it looks like it pulled the wires out pretty well. But that's okay. That gives me a little bit of slack. But putting everything back is going to be a little bit more of a challenge because, you know, I got to get all these wires back in there. So let's take this thing apart and see what we got. Well, there was a lot more damage than you thought. I'm going to put a piece of white paper underneath here so you guys can see it. These props got beat up pretty good, right? See the nicks? So that prop is gone. It looks like This prop is pretty sad shape too. It could be bent back, but I'll just replace them. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's see what we can find here. Point this down again and zoom in. See how much damage was done in here. Not too bad. I think it'll be doable. Obviously some nicks and cuts from the impact. You see that? But I think overall, these looks to be like the LED lights. So the LED signals are not in bad shape. Got some nicks here and nick here. Not sure if you guys can see it well with this lighting. Zoom in some more. Change the exposure a little bit. Let's go the other way. There we go. That's a little better. So, yeah, I think it's doable. I'm leaving the props on here because this just gives me a little bit of stability to keep the motor straight. So, we'll be doing some soldering and some repair work on this plastic. So I'm probably just going to use a silicone base, heavy duty silicone base, like a gasket, engine gasket maker, to cover these nicks to prevent moisture or any kind of shorting. But other than that, I think it's doable. And then snake the wires in here after everything gets done. Yep, it's doable. Snake the wires in there, right? And then, bam! And then I'll do some reinforcements. It should be holding. So, definitely a weak spot on this guy, guys. Definitely a weak spot. Look how thin that wall is. That's super thin. See that? That wall is thin. So be careful out there, guys. So I've tried to find a part on Banggood, everywhere. There's no parts available for the legs or arms or whatever you want to call it for the Zino 2. And I really, really are dying to get this thing in the air. So I am going to do my service, my repair. And this poor guy is going to end up being kind of like me right now, a little gimpy. I know, sounds pretty crazy, but I think it should be able to fly okay, enough to do my testings. Let me change my exposure again. The wrong way. And so, as you can see, I'm going to stand up. This is pretty crazy, guys. Pretty crazy. Stand up. Show you my leg. So, we're going to have two bad legs out there. Oh man. So my Zino 2 is going to have a bad rear left leg, and I'm going to have a bad left leg. So, alright. Wish me luck. Hopefully it'll fly better. Alright, so, put this back down. So, stay tuned for the flight test with the repair. And if you guys know of a place that I can get parts, man, let me know. Because I need parts. I really do. I really do. I noticed one other thing that just came out right here. And right here, this little, it looks like it pulled the whole Mylar cable out. Oh, nice. So I can just pull this Mylar cable right here. See, it's got the Mylar sheathing around the cables that go to the motor. I should be able to just slide it back when I'm ready, and it'll work just fine. All right, you guys, I want to show you the tools that I'm going to use to get this thing fixed. Of course, a trusty soldering iron, right? A good soldering iron. You're going to use some flux, some good old flux, okay? And after you use the flux, you're going to use some good solder. I've had this solder probably 30 years, man. And you can see that I haven't used that much, but I still have a lot. And I've done a lot of hobby work. And that is it. Okay, guys, so what I wanted to show you, one of the easiest ways to get this sheathing off the wire. Let me point the camera down. So the easiest way to get this is just to take your fingernail and pinch it, and you can pull it right off. I'll show you how. Pinch it, and the sheathing comes right off. You see that? And then you have your bare wires. See that? So, now we have our bare wires. So the next thing you need to do is put the heat shrink tube in. And I think I picked, maybe not, I don't know. Too close to the fire. I think that'll work. Put some flux on it. I'm a little worried that it's going to be too fat, and my heat shrink tubing is not going to go over it. So that will work if I flatten it out. All right, let's tin it. So all I'm doing is just moving the cut an edge here, it looks like, on the wiring. Yeah, so I'll flatten it out. There we go. Okay, perfect. It took a lot of work, but I'm not sure if you guys can see that okay. A bit closer, down. Maybe I use a different color book so you guys can see it better. There. That'll be better. So you can see that that's a nice little joint. And now all I have to do, get at the heat shrink. You don't need much to heat shrink it. You can see the heat shrink there. Okay, so that is nice. So we'll move on to the second one. The second wire is here and here. I'm using a thicker you can see the tip of the soldering iron nice, and just a little bit of solder there. And then, boy, that went fast, right? Looks perfect. Go right over it, you can see it. So that's much better joint, and now we'll just hit it with a fire. There we are. So we got a couple little nicks I have to fix. One right here. You see it? And there's another one. I remember seeing it. Here, there it is. There's the second one. So, like I said, I'm just going to use a automotive gasket maker silicone, really high grade silicone, and I'm just going to coat it so there's no shorts. Even if water gets in it, it won't be any problem. And then I'll let it set overnight, and then I'll buckle it up together tomorrow by using that special technique of super glue and baking soda. All right. This stuff's super sticky. Just wrap it all the way around. So that's going to sit overnight using this black silicone. And then in the morning, I'll go ahead and, where is my... In the morning, I'm going to use the super glue right here. And I'm going to use this baking soda. We're going to fix this leg. And then we're going to test. So, wish me luck, guys. All right. Good night. I'll see you in the morning. Okay, so I am back. And this is early in the morning. And it looks like the glue is set up pretty well. And I started pulling the wires through here and to take a look at it. So today we're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing the super glue and baking soda hack. I want to show you guys how that works. And I use a brand new super glue. And super glue is ethyl cyanoacrylate. Cyanoacrylate. Okay. So this is the sodium bicarbonate here. It's going to be a tricky deal. Yep, it works. So, put the top on the super glue. Trying not to get this in the motors. Okay, I like the way that's flowing. Good. You see it flowing right there? Good. Now watch when I hit it with this. And this stuff becomes sandable. So you can sand it down. Okay? See how that's already became hard. Yeah, that already became hard. This is the joint that I really wanted to get right here. Okay. Take a look at the top. Okay, so I'm going to do this other side here. And again, this is sandable, so once it the sand is down. Looks pretty good there. The only place I'm worried about, motor's still okay. got a little bit on there. I'll sand it down. But it's this crack right in here. Alright, you gotta be brave. We just can't lock up the motor, right? You can see that it's hard enough for me to handle the solidified so it can handle the sanding. And I'm not going to make it perfect or anything, but I am going to make it smooth. Alright, so now it's time to see if I can get this cover back on here, which is my LED cover back on. And boom, it's going to be able to fit just right. You see that? Okay guys, I'm back. I just came back from the garage and I blew everything out. And also wanted to give you guys a close-up of this guy. You can see the hairline crack that used to be right here. It is now has the hack of super glue and baking soda. So you can. So this LED cover, it does two things now. It functions as a foot. Yeah, it's gonna be a little springy. So, like I was saying, this has two functions. It covers the motors and electronics, but also is the foot. And there it is. Back it up a few. Get this one. Finger tight. 2, 3. So, just to kind of recap, in this video, I did a hack where I used super glue and baking soda to repair this broken left rear arm of my Zino 2. And I broke the Zino 2 in my maiden flight, and I am now ready to go fly again. And along the way, I destroyed, well, I shouldn't say destroyed, but whacked 2 props. The 2 rear props got beat up pretty good. So you can see them here. And this one, not so bad. It could probably be used again, but the replacement pairs. So, with that said, we are ready to go fly this guy. There it is, ready to go. All right. The green eye Zino crashes and comes back to life. Had to repair this rear left motor right there. You guys can see it. And there's no parts to be had anywhere, so I decided I was going to try to continue to test this guy right here, the Hubsan Zino 2. We're going to call him the Green Eye Hubsan Zino 2. And I'm going to go out in my front yard and see how well this flies. I might get lucky, I might not get lucky, but I think it's going to fly just fine. So we're going to give it a go and see how it flies. Alright, wish me luck. I'll put on my GoPro on my head and give it a go. See how it goes. Alright, let's get to it.